Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to share how I painted my 1/35th scale PKA Kangaroo from the Kaiyodo ArtPla line of Maschinen Krieger kits. I went for a desert pink colorway inspired by the original Fujiyama Arts Brothers release of the 1/20th scale resin kit. I believe it was LOVELOVE GARDENs Saito-san who did the one featured on that kit's box art, and I've always really liked it. The scheme is derived from WW2 British ATVs used in desert combat, as it was very effective at camouflaging during dusk missions, though military buffs can add more context to that in the comments section. After texturing the model, I then applied a loosish layer of Mr. Surfacer 1000 Mahogany, followed by a pass of Tamiya LP Flat Black in selected areas. The mahogany base works well with reds and pinks, and you could jump straight into painting the desert pink from here, but I felt that it needed a little more variety. I did a very loose underpainting of Mr. Hobby Aqueous Russet. It's quickly become one of my favorite reds, and I really need to make it a feature color in a future build. The cool thing about the Aqueous line of paints is that they also work very well with Mr. Color's self-leveling lacquer thinner. They are very similar to Tamiya's paint line, being I believe an alcohol-based solvent. After the undercoat, I jumped straight into applying the paint color. For this, I used my favorite horn brush. It's an old Tamiya brush and has been used in many of my past projects. I am painting pretty loosely here since I want to have the underneath colors show through in areas. I am also keeping the pressure on the brush very light, giving it a twisting motion while I gently stamp the model's surface. This helps reduce bubbles in the paint, though they will still form in areas. Once I have finished with hand brushing the desert pink, I then decided the overall paint job needed some cleaning up. I didn't want to break out my spray booth and compressor, so I opted to use my Hobby Mio portable compressor and Olympus 0.2 needle airbrush. The goal isn't to completely cover the brush strokes, but to slightly smooth out areas and also add variation. However, this step is up to your taste and can be skipped if desired. Next were the ID bands. I used Mr. Hobby Off-White straight out of the bottle. White tends to be a painful color to hand brush, and these paints are already on the thinner side, so thinning further didn't feel necessary. I used some 3mm masking tape in certain areas to help with guiding my brush, but in other areas it was purely free-handed. The ID bands are supposed to appear like they are hastily field applied, so making them perfect and even isn't very necessary, and will save some time during the weathering steps. Prior to applying the decals, I saved my progress by spraying a layer of Mr. Color GX gloss. This helps the decals lay down smoother and prevent silvering. Microsol and microset were also used to slightly soften and melt the decals into the surface. Please stay tuned for the next video where I will go over the weathering steps and creating the desert groundwork for the base. If you enjoy what I do here, liking, subscribing, and if you feel inclined, commenting helps go a long way for a small channel like mine. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.